YouTube and Tumblr fans, my name is Midnight Strike, and I'm back with another classic review. So this time we're going to be taking a look at a game called Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time for Nintendo 64. So this is a game that was regarded by many, and still is actually, sometimes, regarded as the best game to ever come out for any platform ever. So, came out and hit the shelves in 1998 to much critical acclaim, and this was around the time period where pretty much every franchise was making that transition from 2D to 3D. You know, we got your Zelda, you got your Mario, you got your Mega Man, you got Castlevania, and the like. So, how does it live up? Does it live up to the hype? You know, short answer is yes. Long answer, it surpasses it in every possible way. This is literally one of my favorite games of all time. I know a lot of friends who praise it, and pretty much everyone I talked to had a good time with it. Every review, every person, just everything. Like I said, it was critically acclaimed. The only person that had a problem with it was Gligar13 vids, and you know, we all know he has a problem with everything, so God knows what he plays. But anyways, what's good about it? Well, character development's pretty sound. The plot seems like it's lifted directly from A Link to the Past, unfortunately, with different areas. Although Ocarina of Time does pull it off a little bit better, plot-wise, but it seemed like there was a little bit more exploration, the map was a little bit bigger in A Link to the Past. That doesn't really detract from gameplay, though, because there are still many areas to explore. It's just a little bit easier to navigate, because it's a little bit more confined to one area, but there's still tons of enemies, tons of everything. Some people even consider this game an RPG, which I don't know, I wouldn't. I would consider a platformer puzzle, so just because you have health doesn't make it an RPG. Anyways, you start out as Little Link, as Kid Link, and you're going around in the Kokiri Forest, you find a sword, and you find out the Great Deku Tree wants to talk to you. And you go to the Great Deku Tree, and he's cursed. You go in, you get this, you complete that dungeon, and afterwards, it appears it's too late. The curse has already, you know, shined down upon him. And then he sends you on this great quest. He gives you this stone, this sacred stone, that can unlock a door in the Temple of Time. And it basically boils down to you versus Ganondorf, which is the incarnation in this game of Ganon. So this is actually, correct me if I'm wrong, this is the first game where he actually appears human to a certain degree. He looks like a cross between a human and a goblin. He's a tall goblin, basically. He's got green hair, or he's got green skin, he's red, got a beard. I mean, he appears in Brawl, so you guys should know what he looks like if you've played this game, or any other games, for that matter, in the series after this one. So, basically, it boils down to you versus him, and save Zelda, as usual. But then again, it is called Legend of Zelda for a reason, so, you know. So, there are a lot of really well thought out, well planned puzzles in each of the dungeons, and they seem perfectly placed to give you that feeling of immersion, basically. So, first one is obviously the Great Deku Tree, and then you go off to the castle. I'm not going to spoil any of the plot for you in case you haven't already played it, but then again, the game did come out near 15 years ago, so, and if you're watching this review, you probably already have played it. So, like I said before, the plot is basically lifted straight from A Link to the Past, or at least the structure of the plot. But Ocarina of Time does just a little bit better job at pulling it off, at stringing it together, basically, interweaving all the characters and shit. So, like I said, there are a lot of graphically superior, graphically amazing areas in this game. This game shines for its graphics, its gameplay, just pretty much everything, but graphics I'm going to take a look at right now and just say that this is one of the best graphical games in the 64, so, or one of, anyways. It really showcases what the 64 can do. One of my favorite areas is the little Zora hideout behind the waterfall in the mountain. I mean, just, I wish I had something like that, like a fortress behind a waterfall. It's awesome. It really showcases what the N64 can do, as I said before. And just even the water effects are good. I mean, granted, they don't hold up in, to 2012, 2013 times, but they're still really good. And everything's just perfect. There's very few areas where the frame rate comes into effect. Sometimes it slows down, but not too often. So gameplay wise, I would say you got your sword, you've got an array of shields, you've got bombs and boomerangs and stuff like that you can add to your arsenal. And like I said, the acquisition of all these items comes perfectly. Everything is just laid out and weaved perfectly into the plot where it just feels natural. And that's what I love about the game. So overall, I would say that Ocarina of Time stands above most of the newer Zeldas. Especially, I didn't really like Wind Waker. Majora's Mask was alright, except for Tingle kind of pissed me off, but and it was too short. And there were a lot of Majora's Mask jokes about 2012, the end of the world. Not that that has anything to do with it, I just thought I'd throw that in there, But, as for the review, as for the rating, I would probably rate, like I said, I think Ocarina of Time deserves a perfect 10 because I don't know, it's just that good. Nothing can really be said about this game that hasn't already been said before, but it is one of my personal favorite games. And it's really the first game that got me hooked on the plot. All the other games I played before that, it was the gameplay. Then I started playing for the story. Gaming has never been the same for me ever since. So, thanks guys for watching. I have been Nightstrike 3625.